Hello, this is Amanda Ray, the intuitive healer and psychic reader from theamandaray.com, and I am here to do a pick a card reading for you for the week of September 27th to October 3rd. So, with these pick a cards, anything can come up. We never know what your guides are going to want to talk about, so anything's up. One note, I don't edit my videos, so any little quirks that are in there, you get to experience with me. So thank you for joining me. Welcome if you are new here. Welcome back if you have been here before. I'm so happy to see you. Before we jump into the cards, I just want you to pause the video if you need more time, but just take a moment, take some deep breaths, and truly connect with your heart and soul before choosing your deck. I guess your pile. Sometimes what we're first drawn to and what our heart and soul are guiding us to can be different. By all means, you can watch more than one deck. You can watch all the ones you're drawn to. Maybe you need to watch all of these to get the information that your guides are sharing with you. But please know that doing those deep breaths makes a huge difference. All right, if you need more time, pause it. If not, I'm going to go ahead. This is pile number 1. Pile number 2, and pile number 3. So again, if you need time, pause it. I'll be here. I'm going to get going now. So I'm just going to slide piles 2 and 3 up a little bit, and we're going to take a look at pile 1. All right, so the first card we have is Trust. The next is Fate. And the third is Archangel Raphael. So, if you're not familiar with archangels, I guess first off, Archangel Raphael is the healer angel. He is typically characterized with a green light, and he is there to help you heal anything that you ask for. The key with archangels is to invite them in to help you. They need permission, so you have to ask them, and they will do anything for you. So again, ask and you shall receive. If you're going through some health concerns, there's trust and fate. Everything is going to play out is exactly as it's meant to. Pile 1. So if you are experiencing some health concerns that are causing a bit of anxiety, please know everything is working out exactly as it's meant to. It's fate. So trust in the process. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you heal, help you feel calm, help you move through whatever it is you're going through. Literally anything. Okay, pile 1. You may get news of some kind of health concern, or you may experience something concerning regarding health, but just know that you're fully supported through this. Sometimes our body just needs to physically heal something that we've emotionally already moved through. Okay, so we have the throat chakra. Suffering in silence, and stand your ground. So right away, I want to talk about chakras a little bit too. So chakras is just really a fancy way to talk about our emotional well-being, and each chakra, typically there's 7 main chakras, have a different responsibility in a layer of our emotions. So the throat chakra, which is right over our throat, as you can imagine, is all about expressing ourselves and speaking our truth. And you know, to have the suffering in silence pulled right up next to it, you have to speak up, pile 1. Whatever is going on, you need to stand your ground and you need to speak up, because you can't keep letting people bulldoze over you. You can't be a bull. You can't be a doormat for everybody forever. Okay. Now you can ask Archangel Raphael to step up and help you heal your throat chakra and help you, stand your ground, step up. But you don't need to do this alone. Like they're saying, you have come a long way on your own efforts. So you have put in the work, you've been doing the things, but people are ready and willing to support you. They're there for you. So let them be. Ask them for help. Thank them. If they offer, accept. But pile 1, you don't have to do it alone. Okay? Everything is going to be okay. But you have to start speaking your truth. If you want to say no, if someone asks you for something and you want to say no, don't say yes. Say, even if you shake in your boots, say no. Practice saying no. There's some boundary issues here where you haven't been so good at putting yourself first. And yes, it's great to be of service, but sometimes people ask too much, and they tend to come to you very frequently because you're a yes person. Let's see what else we got. The Shadow Queen, acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation. So it's difficult to see the card, but there's a lady in a hood, and it's kind of over her eyes, but she's holding a light. And what's really coming forward is you've been keeping yourself in the shadows for so long, keeping yourself in this darkness, a low vibration, self-sacrificing, and trying to shine a light for everybody else. So you've been supporting them, doing things for them, whatever, depending on your situation. And it's just leaving you feel incomplete. It's gone on for so long that you feel so incomplete, that you feel insecure at this point. You feel like a piece of you is legitimately missing because you're depleting yourself. So there's nothing wrong with the shadows. We all have shadow aspects of ourselves, but we need to start accepting those parts. And if we don't want to be hanging out in the shadows, don't put ourselves there. The Hungry Ghosts, obsessions, scarcity consciousness, and attachment. So I feel really fairy energy. You used to be like super fun and outgoing and full of life, sprightly, just super energetic, maybe even childlike. And something happened along your journey, in which you still need to heal for, by the way, that has caused you to feel insatiable. There's this something eating away inside of you. And it's time to address those things. Some of these things might confront you. If someone hurt your feelings, said something that you didn't like a long time ago, and they might show up this week, whether it's in your thoughts or actually in your physical life, whatever, depending. It's okay to let go of this. It's time to move on from this, because you can't keep living in fear. Leave it at that. Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, and withholding. So with this card, they really want you to focus on the lessons to be learned and how all of these experiences have been a gift. And some of the things that you're going through right now, Pal One, this week is a lot. Okay? There's a lot going on. And cool, by all means, go through the things. But there are gifts hidden in this craziness of a week. I don't know if you've got people coming at you. I feel like being accosted. You might have like charges being pressed, or accountants coming out. Something very structured, like a system, police, accountants, something kind of coming at you for something, whether it's you need to pay a fee, or someone said something, or something like that. Okay. Don't avoid that conflict, because for you it feels like you have to fight, that stand your ground, you have to fight it. And it's not like that. It's, either if you owe a fee or what the truth is, something like that, what's up. And this whole exchange, whatever shaking down this week, Pal One, is 100% a gift. It just doesn't look like it right now. So please honor the feelings you're feeling, the lost, the scared, all of that, while you're unfolding into the appreciation of it. Okay? Embrace the scary, but don't hold on to it. Okay? Let's see what else we got here. Reconsider with a figure that looks like Archangel Michael. with the big sword, the blue energy. And Archangel Michael's really good at cutting cords. He is the angel of all angels. And if he doesn't do it, he knows who does, and he tells them to do it. So Michael's a really great one to work with when you need protection. So they're asking me to talk about this right now, Pawan, so I'm going to bring it up. If you're feeling in that scarcity mindset, that attachment, that insatiable, you can ask Archangel Michael. And again, you have to ask him to come into your life. Just say, hey, Michael, can you surround me in a white light of protection? Can you cut the cords to XYZ? Can you cleanse my energy? He'll do all of those things, any of those things. Key is he needs permission. Okay, so you have to allow him to do these things for you. You are definitely surrounded by an angelic presence, Pawan, and you may be feeling like flashes out of the corner of your eye. I'm actually starting to feel kind of like an anxious feeling, maybe panicky, something, just like a heavy chest kind of thing coming up. So please take deep breaths. Pawan, all of these mountains that you have to climb are just mountains. You've got the legs, you've got the drive, you can get up there, and it just might be a mountain. It might not happen today, it might happen tomorrow or the next day, whatever time frame is happening, but you don't have to fight all of this. And allow things to unfold. I feel like there's a journey kind of transpiring, an idea of a journey, whether the words go north, go north, go north keep coming. So I don't know if that's like a vacation opportunity or like a retreat, going to work, something, but I'm hearing go north. So apply that as it's relevant. Choose a new direction. Okay, so I'm guessing, Pawan, that lots of these things have been habitual. Some of these things may have been brewing for a long time, and you've been like, yeah, I want to make that choice, but whatever's holding you back, the comfort of all the things holding you back or whatever. So it's time to switch it up. Whatever's transpiring, whatever's coming at you this week, and maybe you've seen it coming, maybe it started a little bit last week, maybe it'll be a little into the following week. Whatever it is, let it be. Let it be. Let it go. That's it, about one. This is funny. Keep your commitments. But I don't think it means keep like standing your ground. It's not the same. It's not like keep doing exactly what you're doing. The new direction card came out. So keep your commitments to yourself, to your family, your values. How do you need to show up in your life? What kind of life are you wanting? Is this shit really going to support you? Just saying. Face your shadow. To go with the shadow queen, man. Face your shadow. You don't have to be all bubbly and all light and like the helper for everyone and solve all their problems and like do all the things. Fuck that. You're allowed to have off days. You're allowed to need to cry, to be angry, to all of it. Allow yourself the freedom to experience that side of yourself rather than reprimanding yourself and shaming yourself into, I must be all light. It's time to face that aspect of yourself and allow it, because it will make this whole thing a lot smoother if you just allow your emotions to come up and out. Okay? Pawan, it's a big week for you. Not gonna lie, but I know you can do it. You are strong, and it's okay to be vulnerable. Okay, that's the message I really want to send to you, is it's okay to be vulnerable. Okay? Repeat that phrase. It is okay to be vulnerable. You might want to repeat it more regularly so it feels a little bit more natural rather than, oh, she's making me say it. Paul, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate that you shared this time with me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I sure would appreciate it. I love sharing this time with you, and you can get notified when I do more pick a card readings or other spiritual related videos. So with that, I'm going to move on to pile number 2. If you have more piles to watch, well, I'll be seeing you again soon here. Slide all this up out of the way. Pile number 2. Let's see what we have. Sing. Feeling very retro vibes here. Very retro vibes. The trees. The peacock. You know, I'm really seeing the pattern in the peacock and the trees complementing each other. You know, it's very similar here. And okay, I see. So sometimes the peacock can be very humble, you know, have it all of its feathers down, just walking around nice and quiet, just enjoying. And then other times puts on the show, you know, sometimes it's very grounded, sometimes it's performing. And pal 2, you have to understand that you're allowed to be both. You're allowed to put on the show because you do enjoy putting on the show. Come on, like you do enjoy putting on the show. But it's okay to be grounded too. It needs to be balanced, and you've been putting a lot of pressure on yourself to perform, to show up, to whatever it is. And you need to balance that back out because you're burning yourself out with these expectations. And burnout's never fun. That's it. Burnout's never fun, right? Let's see what else we got. Rest and rejuvenate. Again, really, I'm picking up on that tree vibe. You know, you really need to balance yourself out because I feel like, you know, an electrical circuit has too much electricity flowing through it, it blows a breaker. I feel like you're on the verge of that. Your bandwidth is expiring. You're overloading things. Sacrifice. Pile 3, 2. Some of y'all need to watch pile 3. You need to be able to bend a little bit. This sacrifice card is a lot about learning to bend with people. I'm going to call it like I see it, pile 2, but you're a little bit self-centered. You're a little bit concerned about you. And this is a good thing. You're self-aware. You've got lots going on. That's where this pressure is coming from to perform. But what about the other people in your life? How are they sacrificing themselves for you? And maybe you're a little ungrateful, you know? So I really encourage you to sit down and meditate, reflect on this and be like, how could I be more appreciative of the people in my life, the things that are happening in my life? And how can I do things for others? How can I think of others? What can I do for someone else today? You know, it will help you get more grounded and less all up in your head. Okay. Patience, the patience card. You have some kind of goal, something you're planning, something that there's a big show, like it's a big thing coming. You're planting the seed right now. So this week, you're really planting that seed and really preparing yourself energetically for that seed to grow. Now, your seed is not going to instantaneously germinate, spring out of the ground, and voila, flower. There's a process. You are planting the seed right now. So this is the foundation of what will be used going forward, Pal2. So understand you will not see direct results from what you're doing. Okay? You're not going to see the results right now, but you will. Okay? You need to do this part for the next part to happen at all. Okay? This is the foundation. This is the planning, making the book, like writing out the outline. This is the getting the groundwork ready. Okay? The Spirit Whisperer, divine guidance, higher knowing. So whatever is happening for you, you're being guided. Like there's whispers happening. Say, oh, don't put on the show today. Oh, come back, ground yourself. You are hearing these things, and part of you is pushing ahead anyway. Okay, so Pal2, really get quiet. And I'm seeing the owl in this picture right here up in the smoky bit. There's an owl. So some of you may connect with the owl. Some of you might want to look up the spiritual meaning of an owl, but there's some wisdom coming to you. This is in the form of somebody wise. They may already be a presence in your life, but you've been kind of a little self-centered in all the things, and you need to allow them in because they're willing to help you, but they just don't want to push too hard. Okay. The Lady of the Mirror, reflection, non-judgment. So again, really doing this reflection. How can I show up for others in my life? How can I be of service? How can I be more grateful? What are other people doing for me? Because there's a lot of too much going on in your head. You're running circles in your head, and it's hard to get out of that. It feels like that's a habit. Okay. But, you're able to come out of it, the Lady of the Mirror, that reflection and non-judgment. You are in a safe place to do this. Wherever you are right now, you're in a safe place to start unpacking this stuff. Why you feel you got to put on the show. Why you're all up in your head and more concerned about yourself than others. Grounding, spending time in nature. You are in the exact right place you need to be right now, Pal2. The Hawk Prince, spirit communication, paying attention, and the hawk is like the owl, but the daytime version of it. So again, really that spirit communication coming up. There's some kind of action you need to be taking that they're guiding you towards, but you've been telling yourself that it's not quite the right time, or you've been putting off the thing. You're like, oh, for example, you're taking a picture of yourself, taking a video, so you want to share it on social media in some way, shape, or form, and you're like, it's not good enough. I did this, micromanaging, critiquing the shit out of it. No, it's time to just put that aside and fumble forward through the process, because you're holding yourself back at this point, Pal2. Okay. The Altar Priestess, preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. So there's some healing that needs to happen for you, Pal2, and it's more than what you can do for yourself. So you either need to ask your guides to step in and take over in that self-healing if you're comfortable with that, or you need to seek outside healer advice. Now, you may already know a healer that you're like, that's who I need to ask. Reach out. If you don't have that person, I also offer that. So if you feel like it's me, cool. If not, ask your network. They might also know someone. But it's time to go a little bit deeper into this stuff, because woo, it's deep in there, man. Sacred rituals. There's some kind of pendant that feels heavy energy. So I don't know if it was someone's passed down or something. It needs to be cleansed. And it's something you like I'm like a cross or something. It feels very sacred. So whether it's a cross or a crystal that you use for prayer or something like that, or connected with someone that's passed, or it was there something, it needs to be cleansed. And it can be as simple as lighting an incense, putting in the smoke. It could be putting it out on some crystals under the moonlight. It could be praying over it, smudging. Like there's just so many ways to cleanse something. So cleanse it, and whatever's popping in your mind, that's the one that needs to be cleansed, because there's some really negative energy attached with it. Remain positive. So some of you might be a little upset that I'm calling you out on this being self-centered, and you may not see it, and it may kind of trigger something. Don't stress. It's okay if you're upset and you're crying and it's like it's so hard because you don't see it that way. I know. I know it's hard because you're so used to concerning yourself about things. So, yeah, it's going to be okay. You're going to get through it, and you'll go through with flying colors. Work on your mindset, though, how you're talking to yourself, because it can be a little bit negative at times. Peaceful resolution. Again, it's going to work out perfect. This week, there's going to be a lot rolling over you, but it's planting that seed. You're ready. You're doing it. Pal too. Okay. Just keep going. Keep healing. Keep grounding. You'll be good. Ask with sincerity. So you might be asking for help or guidance, but not really being open to it. So work on being a little bit more open and a little bit more willing to hear someone else's side of the story rather than shutting down and kind of closing off, if you will. Strengthen your gifts. So you might be a singer. You might like to sing, use your voice. You might like to put on some kind of show. Your intuitive gifts, of course. Strengthen these gifts. Use them. They are your blessings. They are here to help you. And lots of this is about finally becoming. Okay? You've worked hard to get where you are. Don't get me wrong. You're like almost over the hump to really see stuff shifting. Now is the time to really strengthen that and really nurture that within you and within others. How to. That's what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. If you like pick cards and other spiritual related videos, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel, because I'd love to see you again. I'm going to go ahead and move on to pile number 3 here. Here we go. Pile 3. Celebrate. Good news is coming this week. Pile 3. Let's make sure it's in there. Ooh, fears. You might have a fear of success and what it's like to actually receive things, what it's like to actually not be living in fear. Love. There's some love coming at you. Fear is right in the middle of the success and love. So when it comes to fears, sometimes we're fumbling forward through all of the things, and understand that it's okay to celebrate your small victories as you're moving through things. So allow this love in spite of being scared to feel the love. Celebrate the little things of you waking up on time without 500 alarms, with whatever it is. Okay? But this fear will slowly be a non-issue if you continue to just work on it. Okay? I really feel like this fear is a non-issue. It's something you fabricated in your mind because there is reasons to celebrate love and you are surrounded by that love, but there's all this anxiety happening. This too shall pass. The waiting game. Movement, choices, and decisions. The universe. Okay. So these movement, choices, decisions, there are some big decisions that you have to make, Pal 3. Things are shifting. I don't know if it's where you're living, where you're working, who you're loving, something big. It's not just like a little thing here and there. It's there. The universe is showing up saying they are guiding this whole process, but you have to wait. You cannot make the decision right now. There is a crazy amount of 2 showing up. 12, 18, 28, 2, 2, 21. So literally every card except the fear card has a 2. So 2, there's some kind of energy here with you, that partnership, that coming together. Things are coming together. You must wait. These decisions cannot be made until the universe sorts out some things and lines it up. Okay. And I know you want to rush because you're like, I gotta figure it out. I gotta wait. Let it go. Stop searching. If you're needing to move house, stop searching for it. Let it go. Things are being sorted out, but you got to just deal with the other stuff at hand. Okay? There's lots of things. There's love. There's things to celebrate, but this big decision doesn't need to happen this week. Okay? You have time. Take a deep breath. It's going to be all right. The Spiral Dancer. Spiral Dancer. So this is about that perception, like things keep swirling around. You learn a lesson and you come back around to learn it again on another level. And, you keep going, right, till you get to the core of something. So, I'm seeing that same pattern in the universe card here. The Diamond Dreamer, material wealth, true prosperity. The High Lord of Gratitude and Service, selflessness, humility, conscious action. Pal 3, I know there's like a lot of stress and fear happening with some big decisions, but just try to be of service. Put yourself in a state of gratitude. So like take time to write messages to people you're grateful for to have in your life. Say thank you, like just get outside of your head. Like I feel like this also represents your swirling mind. It's just like, whoa, all the things. So it's time to get outside of that and just allow things to unfold, that waiting game. As you put yourself in that state of gratitude, the universe can work on your behalf to sort out all of these things and bring it back around with that Spiral Dancer. So the Diamond Dreamer, like everything can happen and will happen in divine timing. Waiting game. I know, I don't know, some of you might be redheads, but I know patience is not your virtue, whether it's you're a Sagittarius, an Aries, Leo, maybe just fire, red hair, something. I know you don't want to wait. You want to have it sorted out, have all of these things done for you. Unfortunately, it's not quite how it works. So you're going to have to be patient. Go grab a stick and hit it on the ground if you must. Work it out. Listen to your intuition. You already know you can't make these decisions. You already know. And you keep trying to make the decisions and try to find the answer because it feels like what you should do, even though you know you shouldn't. So again, Spiral Dancer. You're dancing around the circle here. Pile 3. In the near future, things are going to be resolved. You don't have to wait forever, but just don't do it this week. Give it a little bit of time. Okay. Accept disappointments gracefully. Some of these answers you will receive maybe aren't what you really, really wanted or really, really hoped. Even if you were listening to your intuition and knew that it wasn't going to be the outcome you were hoping for, you knew which one was going to happen. And it's all divinely guided. There's so much love surrounding you. Live your soul, not your role. Whatever role this is talking about for you is a really temporary, whether it's a job, whether it's a living, like that decision. You're moving through something. Just align with your soul, ground yourself, remove the fear, and everything's gonna sort itself out. Okay, pile 3. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna make it through. But this week, pump the brakes. Okay? Put yourself into gratitude and that feeling of love. Set your visions. Really, what do you want in life? How do you want to feel? What kind of lifestyle do you want? Maybe not all the details. If you're worried about having to move home, find a new rental property, for example, don't focus on finding the rental property. Focus on, how do I want to feel in my neighborhood? What kind of neighborhood do I want to live in? Oh, well, I'd like to be able to bake cookies and, borrow a cup of sugar, whatever. Okay, set that intention, and your guides will put you where that's possible, even if it wasn't the location you hoped for. For example, apply that into any other situation, right? Same kind of idea, though. So align yourself, okay? I love how the art on these cards is literally identical. Out of an entire deck, we got 2 with the same artwork. So, because they aren't all like, I pull another one. Trust the divine plan. But here, express your joy, make no judgments, right? So it's all in divine timing, pile 3. And no matter how fast you want to move on stuff, you cannot rush these things. Some things, yes, you can do all the things and make it happen, but not these things. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading for the week of September 27th to October 3rd. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I sure would appreciate it. I would love to see you back here when I post more spiritual related videos and other pick-a card readings. But until then, bye.